Good day. My name is Alexander Ravenel II, and we are celebrating Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration with a year-round practice. 365 days putting this into practice. And the principle that we're going to make reference to today is Kuumba, creativity. As regards creativity, the principle Kuumba is defined to do as much as possible to leave the community better, more beautiful, and beneficial than initially inherited. And of course, I go back to self-autonomy. And in my mind presently, Jesus is referenced by saying, "By their fruits you shall know them." And the consciousness of an individual is reflected in their environment. So therefore, we are presuming upon you with regard to leaving your community more beautiful, more better, more beautiful, and beneficial than you initially inherited, is the recognition that a change, a transformation, a renewal is taking place within you, and thus the necessity for celebration and congratulations, because you are taking that which is within you. Because each one of us, having evolved for a purpose, as I made reference to a principle recently, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that when a people cry out for something, God causes to be born an individual who will answer the cry of that people. And all we need to do is just look in our environment, and we see that there are people every day. Something new is coming forth to enhance our lives, to enhance our activities, to enhance our interaction with one another, to be used for the good of all mankind. And then a reference I would like to make is to Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this is very important with regard to your own creativity, because he says we must learn to see and notice that gleam of light that flashes across our own consciousness, because therein is our genius. And he also said to believe what is good for you in your own heart is right for all mankind is individual genius. And what does genius do? Genius is creative. Genius is innovative. Genius is all that is necessary to make an I, an us, or a we. He also says, he who would be a man, and I add conversely a woman, must be a nonconformist, for God will not have his work manifest by cowards. And given the fact that you are the only you there is, imagine that. Let's look at John 3:16 in the scripture again with regard to yourself. Of course, it reads that God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that who believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I like to look at it from this perspective, that God so loved the world that he gave you, the only you there is, never to be duplicated, to the world, so that the world, by reason of your presence, may be better for your having been here. So what develops here is that you, before you manifest from your mother's womb, had a purpose and an inborn commitment to leave your community better, more beautiful, and beneficial than initially inherited. And then my mind comes to my mind now, the Apostle Paul. And I think this is very relevant today in terms of how you perceive yourself, because it's impossible, as I said, to think the impossible. If you can think it, you can do it. And whatever it is that has caused you to suppress yourself, I know that desire is an indication that release and liberation is upon you. Again, he said, he who would be a man, and I add conversely a woman, must be a nonconformist, for God will not have his work manifest by cowards. And given that you are the only you there is, you don't need anyone to qualify you, you don't need anyone to justify you, you don't need anyone to validate you. Those will come as a result of your recognizing your present empowerment to just simply be and to do. And out of that creativity, the world was formed. And out of the world, the consciousness of man, everything that you desire does not manifest. So we're not talking about something that you cannot do. We're talking about something that you do every day. It's just a matter of becoming aware that you have this power within you to give rise and manifestation to all that you desire. And as one of my teachers used to say, he said, if we learn to use our mind, we would save our behinds. Because 95% of manifestation is meditation, introspection, consciousness, being quiet. And everything that is necessary to the eventual manifestation of this creativity, which the world is waiting for, will just simply manifest itself into your life. So let us make. What do you think God was saying allegorically? Let us make man. It is like you coming together, as one of the brothers here in Asheville, North Carolina has. He got an idea of a group of men meeting together. It started here in Asheville. It's called Black Men Monday. And I heard recently it's beginning to form throughout the world. Who do you think is going to benefit from that except everybody? We're talking about creativity. We're talking about giving birth to an idea. Because everything around you, even your own experience, even in your lack of understanding, is born out of an idea. Something that you embraced, a purpose that you envision that has come forth. Now imagine if you know how to use this universal consciousness. And for those of you who may have a problem with your own creativity, as regards the simplicity of applying that law, I would suggest that you read, I think her name is Florence Schofield, but nonetheless, her book is The Game of Life and How to Play It. And that's really for religious people what the Bible is too. It shows the manifestation of the various transitional phases of consciousness through which an individual will go, and how they may apply or play with those principles in order to effect the things that they desire. So, again, this is Kwanzaa 365, a 7-day celebration for a year-round practice. My name is Alexander Ravenel II. Thank you for joining us, and I hope to see you tomorrow.